Sup, second day on YouTube. Let's see if I can piss off my target demographic and my peers. It's not on purpose, it's not intentional, but it's something that was asked. So now that I'm on YouTube, which by the way, thank you so much for everybody who's followed and subscribed and left nice comments and the warm welcomes and all that stuff. I really do appreciate it. This is something that I never thought I'd be doing on YouTube, and I am very grateful for everybody who's come over and just checked out my page. So now that I'm on here, people are like, hey, what kind of content are you going to do, Opossum? And I'm like, well, I could do basically whatever I want on here. People are like, oh, well, you should game, you should open up some boxes, you should do this, which I'm not opposed to any of that stuff. I could definitely do any of that, and I'd be perfectly fine with the idea of it. But one thing popped out where people said, you should get Legends Arceus. You should play that game. You should stream it. You should, put it on your page, and then you should shiny hunt. And I kind of had to look at them with a side eye like, ooh, this is shiny hunting, huh? Ooh, that sounds as much fun as fucking scraping the skin off my goddamn forehead. Look, if you like to shiny hunt, if you like to do that, I'm not talking shit about your content. If that's something that you actually like to do in Pokemon, you put it up on your page. I have watched it before. There is some appeal to it. I get the premise, especially full odd shiny hunting, the actual luck behind it, finding something that's extremely limited. I get it. I really do. But for me, that just ain't it. I'm just going to tell you guys why real quick. I don't really like a whole lot of shiny Pokemon. I know that's kind of controversial, especially with some of the TCG sets that have been coming out that have done a fantastic job with shiny Pokemon. I think it's more so the card that people like more or less than some of the shiny Pokemon. Don't get me wrong. Some shiny Pokemon look fucking fantastic. There are some great ones out there. Some of my favorites are going to be Emboar, Umbreon, Sylveon, Gardevoir for reasons that are okay on the internet now. I mean, Routes, look at Routes. He just looks like he got some fucking hair dye from Hot Topic. Came out and was like, oh yeah, going through his Fallout Boy and all-time low phase, right? Now, those ones are good, and I think that's fine. But then you got some really ugly shinies, like some really ugly ones. It's not super uncommon for them to do a fucking color swap and it be completely different and take away from the Pokemon. For example, Eevee, right? And I'm going to go even further than that. Espeon. Espeon is a fantastically designed Pokemon. It's purple. It's an elegant cat. It's psychic type. It's got great stats. It's kind of easy to evolve. It's one of the best Pokemon you can get from Gen 2, in my personal opinion. And it's a fan favorite for a reason. It's just a great designed Pokemon. And what did they do? Well, bam, covered it in Nickelodeon slime. Made it booger green. Made it look like it's got some kind of skin infection or something like that, right? Who would look at this Pokemon right here when Espeon's default design exists and be like, yeah, I love shiny Espeon. I love that it's green and it now looks like it's got some kind of terminal disease. I like that. That's really cool. Like, who's going to tell me that? And there's several Pokemon that are like this. I think Dragonite's got a fucking pretty terrible green shiny as well. I do not think that looks good, and I think there's definitely some other Pokemon shiny types that just make it look bad. Like I said, there are good ones that exist. Don't get me wrong. But I would say there's some pretty nasty ones, especially when you see them in like Pokemon Go, or you actually have your Eevee. There's no way I'm wasting a shiny Eeveelution on fucking Espeon when Umbreon and Sylveon's Eeveelutions exist in their shiny forms, and they are objectively superior to anything that exists out there, right? On top of that, I mean, people straight up are going to be like, well, I don't agree with that. I mean, there's tons of good shiny Pokemon. The one thing I think that's worse than an objectively ugly shiny Pokemon is one where the change is so minute, where it's so goddamn small, you have to get like a magnifying lens and like kind of look at it, for example, give it a fucking physical, put its balls in your hand and have it cough to actually figure out if it's a shiny Pokemon or not. Be like, huh, are you shiny? Are you, get out of here, little guy. You're not a shiny Pokemon. Turns out they are. Charmander's a really good example. It turns into the big, beautiful black Charizard. That's fucking dope. But, I mean, as a Charmander, it just looks like it's getting over the common cold. It's like an off-colored Charmander. And it's kind of like, this is it. This is like a shiny Pokemon that everybody likes. Look, the payoff is great. I completely understand that, but no one's going to tell me shiny Charmander's doing anybody any fucking solids. No one's going to tell me that anybody's like putting that on the top of their shiny Pokemon list, right? And there's several Pokemon. I think there's more Pokemon that are like that are just an off color. They look like they're getting over an illness. They haven't been going out in the sun. They've been playing too many video games. Fucking Elden Ring came out. They haven't left their room. Like that kind of stuff. There's way more Pokemon that are like that. So shiny hunting is really grindy as well, and that's something that I've never really understood, because whenever I'm recommending people games, especially games that I like to play a lot, some of the older ones, like I'll recommend Final Fantasy games, like Final Fantasy 7 through 10. Y'all should play that stuff, and the number one thing I get every single time I recommend is like, aren't those like the turn-based ones? Aren't those the turn-based Final Fantasy? That sounds grindy. That sounds really grindy. And then you like go to their page and they actually hunt shiny Pokemon full fucking time, like 8 hours, 9 hours of stream. And it's like, yeah, I get it. And look, like I said, nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you grinding for shining Pokemon. It's just super weird that people have a problem with like JRPGs or something like that, or some of the older games or the turn-based, which I think are fantastic games. That's subjective. That's my opinion. But they'll go and shiny hunt. I mean, I've literally seen people do all-night streams several days in a row looking for a specific Pokemon, and to me that just seems grindy as hell. So shiny Pokemon, probably not going to be something that happens for me. I don't really like too many shiny Pokemon. I really don't. My first one was a shiny Coughing I got in Crystal, and that's always going to hold a special place in my heart. Shiny Duggars is always going to be a great Pokemon to me, but it's because it's my first. I didn't reset it like some of those Reddit horror stories where I was like, oh, my Pokemon's different, it's dying, fucking reset it. And then, like, you know, people are in the comments going like, no, you didn't reset a shiny Pokemon. No, rip. Like, all that stuff. But it's just not something that visually pleases me for most of them. It's not something I really think is worth the actual grind. I might play some Pokemon. I might actually put some games on there. I used to play kind of competitively and stuff like that. But we'll see. I'll put some stuff up. But yeah, way to draw a line in the sand second day, am I right? That's all I got. See you later, virgins.